Welcome to Star Trails, the podcast where we navigate the celestial sphere and guide you through the wonders of the night sky. I'm your host, Drew, and this week, starting March 31st, we're embarking on a stellar journey across the cosmos. So grab your telescopes, binoculars, or just your curiosity as we explore the astronomical sights and events visible in the Northern Hemisphere. This week's lunar journey begins with the waning crescent phase on March 31st, offering early risers a glimpse of the moon's delicate sliver before dawn. As we transition into April, the moon reaches its new moon phase, a period when it aligns between the Earth and Sun, rendering it invisible against the night sky. This absence of moonlight creates ideal conditions for stargazing, unveiling the star's brilliance with greater clarity. Later in the week, the moon embarks on its waxing crescent phase, gradually revealing a growing slice of illumination and signaling the beginning of a new lunar cycle. Planet watchers will want to stay up late on the night of April 5th. Just before midnight, the moon will cozy up to Mars and Saturn, offering a splendid view in the constellation Aries for Mars and Aquarius for Saturn. As we cast our gaze across the night sky, several constellations take center stage: Ursa Major, with its famous Big Dipper asterism, and Leo Minor shine brightly in the northern celestial hemisphere. April skies are also a gateway to distant galaxies, nebulae, and star clusters. The Cigar Galaxy, M82, and Bode's Galaxy, M81, in Ursa Major offer a peek into distant celestial neighborhoods. For nebula enthusiasts, the Orion Nebula, M42, and the Helix Nebula in Aquarius show off stellar nurseries and the remnants of dead stars. Star clusters like the Pleiades, M45, and the Beehive Cluster, M44, showcase the beauty of stars born together. For those with a telescope, deep sky treasures abound. Seek out the Horsehead Nebula, a dark nebula set against the bright backdrop of IC 434 in Orion, and the Ring Nebula, M57, in Lyra, for a look at the fate of sun-like stars. As always, to make the most of your stargazing experience, seek out dark skies away from city lights and take advantage of this week's new moon if you can. Remember, you can download a star map of this week's sky from our website. We'll include a direct link in this episode's show notes. And while not within our week, it's worth mentioning the upcoming total solar eclipse on April 8th. Visible from Mexico, the US, and Canada, this eclipse promises to be a spectacular event for those on its path. So before we wrap up today's episode, let's dive into an Astronomy 101 segment on eclipses. An eclipse occurs when one celestial body moves into the shadow of another. There are two main types of eclipses that we can observe from Earth: solar and lunar. Solar eclipses happen when the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun, casting a shadow on Earth. If you're in the path of the moon's shadow, you'll see the Sun gradually covered by the moon. Solar eclipses can be total, partial, or annular, depending on the alignment and distances between the Earth, Moon, and Sun. During a total solar eclipse, the day turns into night for a brief period. Observing the Sun's corona, its outer atmosphere, becomes possible, a sight that's not to be missed. An annular eclipse is a type of solar eclipse that occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun, but does not completely cover the Sun as observed from Earth. This happens because the moon is at a point in its orbit where it is too far from Earth to entirely obscure the Sun. The sky does not become dark during an annular eclipse. Instead, the bright ring of the Sun's outer edges remains visible, creating a ring of fire effect in the sky. The April 8th solar eclipse is particularly exciting because it's a rare opportunity for those in North America to witness the moon completely covering the Sun, revealing the stunning solar corona. Cities along the path of totality will experience daytime darkness for a few magical minutes. If you're outside the path, you'll still see a partial eclipse, which is also a wonderful sight. Remember, always use proper solar viewing glasses to watch any phase of a solar eclipse directly. Lunar eclipses occur when the Earth is positioned between the Sun and the Moon, causing the Earth to cast a shadow over the Moon. Lunar eclipses can be total, partial, or penumbral, with the appearance of the eclipse depending on how the Moon passes through the Earth's shadow. A total lunar eclipse transforms the Moon's appearance, often turning it a reddish color, commonly referred to as a blood moon. A penumbral lunar eclipse occurs when the Moon passes through the diffuse outer edge of the Earth's shadow. This type of eclipse is more subtle and less spectacular than a total or partial lunar eclipse. Because of its subtle nature, a penumbral lunar eclipse doesn't provide the dramatic visual changes seen in other types of eclipses, and many people might not even realize an eclipse is happening unless they are specifically looking for it. Eclipses are not only beautiful celestial events, but also provide valuable opportunities for scientific study, offering insights into the dynamics of our Sun and Moon. Whether you're an avid stargazer or a casual observer, witnessing an eclipse is an awe-inspiring experience that connects us more deeply with the cosmos. That's a wrap for this week. Keep an eye on the sky and make sure to mark your calendars for the April 8th solar eclipse. Until next time, this is Drew from Star Trails, wishing you thrilling celestial sightings and clear skies. Before you go, if you find this podcast useful, please reshare it or tell a friend. You can find all our episodes, check out night sky maps and resources, and learn more about the podcast at our website, startrails.show. Thanks for listening.